So Maria, what did you need help with? What pain were you in?
Well, Althea, last year, my brother died at the end of November, and this time last year, I was going to the hospital and things like that, and I noticed I've got unusual joints anyway. I used to be very hypermobile, which I was quite double jointed. So my shoulders, my knees, my hips have always been a bit of an issue, but not too much of an issue until like this time last year. And I was just really very stiff, and my hip was really hurting on the left hand side, and I was having to I was walking really strangely, having to sit down a lot. My back was hurting, my whole pelvis was really stiff, so I was walking like an elderly woman who would have like either a stroke or whatever. I was walking down the road when I was trying to walk the dog like that, and I couldn't walk the dog very far. It was very debilitating. So I've been down the consultant route. I had physio. My husband's a physio. My husband said you have to have probably a hip op, which he's always mentioned that anyway, from way back since I've known him. And then the consultant, I haven't seen the consultant, so I'm still waiting like everybody else is, because there's a whole long backlog and it might be years. So I'm thinking, what do I do? You know, and I really have to relieve this pain. So you invited me to your pain-free session. I thought, well, you know, I am very skeptical because I need a hip operation. That's what I need to resolve the whole sort of situation. So I was very skeptical, obviously because of that. And came off from that call, that free session with other people. And it really made sense. And also, like, you know, the tension in my body with what's going on in the world, and what's going on with the family, and having this, to know that you've got to have a hip operation. I don't really want one. I felt like I was quite young. And knowing that it could be years until I get one, unless I pay £11,000 for a hip operation. So I was really, from that freebie group that we did, I was really surprised, because I think I said my pain was at about 9 or 8. It went right down to a 4 or 5, just in that one sort of, was it half an hour session, something like that.
And so what sort of things had you tried before? So you're in the mindset that you have to have a hip operation. You've got the husband who's a physio who's telling you so, it must be true. And did you take painkillers or
Yeah. So I was on co-codamol from the doctors. I was under this pain management centre, so I had to see the physio. That's all I did. I only saw the physio. They didn't really give me any advice. So I was on co-codamol. I was on 8 a day, but I was falling asleep everywhere. And I've got a family. I've got my mum. I've got to drive. I've got things to sort out. I cannot be that way. I don't want to be that way. And so I was trying to take paracetamol with it. Ibuprofen with it. And then I came off it, and it felt like my hip was breaking. I would have to sort of stop walking. My hip felt like it was breaking if I went any further. So I've had many times I'm at the side of the road, pavement, and I can't move. And anyway, so then I went on to ibuprofen. That was making me feel sick because it's affecting my stomach. So I just cut that down to, I just had two in the morning, 2 at night, because in the evenings I get not just this pain from my hip, but referred pain and cramps all the way down my legs every time I was walking. So I was kind of trying to get used to the pain, really. But it was a real issue. And getting into the car, picking up my leg and moving it across, I was thinking, oh, I really need this hip hop really urgently, you know, even though I didn't really want it. So that's what I was doing, really. I was doing those sort of things. I was using a heat pad, which is really good for my back in the morning. So that did relieve it. It does still help now, but not completely. But it does. If I use that now, I'm walking pretty well with your method and the heat pad. So that's what I was doing, really.
Wonderful. So this pain and the breaking and the restrictions of walking and things, and this is all from 1 year ago. Is it one whole year?
Yeah, I think it was literally this time last year, it really started. And it all coincided after we had our chat as well about my brother. I don't know. Because I was the one that was, you know, having to organise a funeral and that sort of thing. And it's just a bit difficult, really. We didn't expect my brother to pass away so soon. So it was a real shock.
So those feelings are probably all in there as well. But the hip part, so then you came to the pain-free experience, the free taster session. And what happened?
Well, there was a group of other people, and the reason why I joined is because you did a video for this other lady that had the same type of experience, and she couldn't walk, and she was walking after your sort of little session, your workshop. So I thought, oh, I'm going to give it a go, because at this point, you want to give anything a go within reason, don't you? Really. So, I was there with other people, and this other person from Italy, I think she was really grateful of your service, and she couldn't move, and she had this problem with I forgot the pain that she had, but she was in the ambulance, and that story was great. And so, you know, I started to realize with the mind and pain connection, sort of connecting to it, and I understood, because this is how I work with being a life coach with my clients, and tend to deal with stress and things like that in a way where you obviously recognize it, get into the core of it, and deep breathe through it. So I understood that very quickly, and it made a lot of sense, but I didn't connect it to any joint pain, if you know what I mean. So because I recognize that quickly, because I use it myself, so I've took this on board, and yeah, my pain did relieve through that session.
And did you think that was going to be possible? Did you think you were going to be pain-free or pain reduced?
No, not at all. No, I didn't know what to expect.
So you kind of you went off previous stories you'd heard of the other people gone through it or something, or yeah. And that you saw that other lady, Dinny, and then you thought we'd give it a go, kind of thing.
Yeah, because anything, you know, I was really having struggles, real struggles. Couldn't take the dog, can't do my housework. I'm still struggling a bit now, but it's not as bad as it was.
Okay, so what so you went from a 989, and what did you go, what number of pain did you go down to with pain-free methods?
After speaking to you after the workshop, and then obviously I spoke to you and had our meetings, etc. I would say I'm at a 1 or a 2, but I'm still walking a bit weird. It is pain. It's a bit painful, but it's nowhere near how it was. And I'm not walking like that anymore. My legs out. I'm conscious of my walking, putting it together more upright. Even somebody commented yesterday. She says, "Oh my word, I was so worried when I saw you last time. I was really worried about you because you're so young, you know, you have this, and the way that you're walking, like walking like this." And she says, "Now you're more upright, and you're sort of, you know, you're walking a lot better." She said, "I can still tell you've got a problem, but you're walking a lot better and you're more upright." I'm taking the dog for a walk, and you know, I went out with my friend the other week, and I was in Birmingham, and I couldn't have thought about doing that really. I was thinking, oh, I'd have to sit down everywhere. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do it, and you lose your confidence about going anywhere, don't you? So I did, because I felt great and my pain massively reduced. I didn't even think about it. I said, yeah, let's just meet up, which was great. So I came from the train station, went all the way up the road, all the way up to this, like right at the top of where Broad Street is, which is quite a way, all the way back down. I was out from 10:30 and didn't get back to 9:30 at night. Obviously, I sat down for lunch and things like that. We had a dance, and I was standing. Like, even standing was painful. It was a problem. And no, it wasn't a problem. In fact, I forgot to ask her. I forgot to ask her to tell me how I was walking after quite a few cocktails. Because I remember walking with her arm in arm down to the train station, and I didn't even think about it, but looking back, thinking, I reckon I was walking fine.
And would that have been possible before the talk? And so what you did was the pain-free free taster session, and then you did a one-to-one with me, which I called the single pain blitzer session. So before that, would that have been possible, all of that? Going from the station, going to...
Oh gosh, no, not at all. I would have had to be sitting down. I wouldn't be able to sort of stand up. I wouldn't have gone there. I wouldn't have had the confidence to have gone, but I just, because I felt a bit more normal, I didn't even think about it. I said, yeah, let's just go. Yeah.
Let's go.
I didn't think about it until we had our session after that. I didn't really think about it really. And then, no, sorry, I think I left a message while I was out. And because I realised, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm actually doing this.
Fabulous.
And I left a message for you to say,
yeah,
Althea, look what I'm doing.
Love it. I love it. Just, you know, I know this method works, but when people experience it and the difference it makes for them, it's just like, yeah, fabulous. So
it's really good.
And that was just from a free taste and then a single session together. And you've gone from a 9 to a 1 and doing those things that you couldn't have done before.
Yes.
Cool. Wonderful.
I don't get all that referred crampy pain as much. I get a little bit, but not as much. And I'm not taking painkillers every day either.
Wow. Wow. So what was it and what was it now? What is it now? Your painkillers wise?
Well, when I'm having like a bad day, or I haven't done my back, hit the heat against my back in the morning, then if I'm in a rush and I haven't had time to do it, then I'll probably take 2 ibuprofen. But to be quite honest, you know, I've only taken them about, I think, twice in a week, where I was taking about 6 a day.
Wow, that's a big difference. That's lovely to hear.
And I didn't realise that until I'm talking about it now. You know, you just forget, don't you? You're kind of busy rushing around. I'm getting through my housework a bit better. It's still a bit of an issue, but I'm managing to do more things and not lose control from having to look after my mom and, you know, my family and juggle everything else. And of course that leaves me room in my head to get on with other things that I've been putting off, you know, doing paperwork and things like that. You know, you've been putting it off because you've got so much else to do. And then in your head you're all a bit scrambled. But I'm more sort of calm, and I'm quite calm in a way, but fairly calm and relaxed, so I can concentrate on other things as well, which is a big thing. So therefore I'm getting more things done.
Wonderful. So what would you say to others who are contemplating coming onto the free experience or getting my help further from that? What would you say to people in pain and thinking about it, looking at this? What would you say to them?
Well, I would say just really definitely go on it, definitely give it a go, definitely go in with an open mind, because it's such an easy technique. It's something that you can do immediately. It's, you know, it's something that is not costly, it's non-invasive, and definitely do it, because, you know, with the NHS and the medical system that we always rely on, it's not, and that's drummed in us. That's not always the way. And plus we've got lots of queues of people lining up, so you won't be seen for a long time. And if you can do anything for yourself and manage it yourself, then Althea's method, in my view, go on the free taste session, is the best method that you will get.
Wonderful. Thanks, Maria. That's super.
I have to say, Althea, I love my oil, because you get oils with it as well, and which connects me to my star sign and the environment, and that's wonderful. That's been really helpful and kind of goes hand in hand. So and it's so easy when you connect to and you've got to get to the root cause of everything, even stress and anxiety and everything psychologically that goes on with people, because I recognise that myself, because I sort of deal with that a little bit myself. You have to get to the root cause, and once you get to that root cause, then you can manage that and recognise and how to manage that pain.
That's exactly it, isn't it? Because we can sort of put plasters, so to speak, or painkillers or whatever, but the reason your body's doing it, that's a key area. It has to be addressed, and then the pain goes.